awkward.
It's a safe place. She's not gonna beat you up. She's too far.
Talk your shit. I won't flip the table today. Welcome back to the podcast, guys. We are your hosts, Natasha
And Steph.
back with another episode like every week, and we have a special guest. Woo!
How you doing?
Welcome, Clement. Before we get into this episode, we do want to thank you guys for all your support. You guys have been amazing and very supportive. Please keep sharing this episode. I mean, well, all the episodes, this podcast.
Please keep giving us feedback and
we love it.
Put yourself in my shoes. All of that.
It keeps us motivated, so we love it. Please keep doing that. And let's get
Wait, but you got to tell the baby mamas.
Tell your baby mama.
Yeah.
Tell your girlfriend. Tell your side piece, your hoes.
Everybody.
The kids.
Your grandma. Oh, yeah, we for kids now.
Your sister, too. Your mom, your grandma. This is a show for everyone. I don't think it's for the kids, but if you want to tell them.
We've had kids.
We don't judge.
Point, right?
We don't judge
They're
anyone.
gonna grow up, right?
Exactly. They're going to learn it either here or in TikTok.
Exactly.
So, But, let's get into this episode. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Welcome, Clement.
Thank you.
So, yes, Clement, talk to us about you. We know that you have your own podcast. You're super into fitness. So tell us
We know
about
a little
that.
bit. Yeah, we've been doing our research.
Super into fitness. I don't know about super into fitness, but
we saw a little boxing thing, right?
Yeah. I actually boxed for, I did martial arts, just martial arts in general for about 10 years.
What?
Yeah. So like I've competed in Muay Thai,
shit.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, as well as in boxing. So I won a couple.
Don't play with him.
Yeah, I won
and
a couple fights in Muay Thai. Won a couple medals in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and then 2011 New Jersey Diamond Glove champion.
Oh,
so do not mess with him.
Put some
Okay.
respect on his name.
So I mean, we drink to that, right?
Exactly. Yes, we do. Is that what you drink?
Yeah.
I'm with you in spirit, all right?
Wow. I feel that. I feel the spirit, yes.
I finished my caffeine and I'm abstaining from alcohol still, but
I know I said last episode that I was done drinking for a little bit, but a little bit finished.
Exactly.
I
appreciate that.
It was an hour.
Exactly.
That's it.
No, I think I lasted
it was a good match.
I lasted like a week and a half. I think that's enough. Okay, so here we are
that's
today
always
drinking.
A good thing to do after like some time.
I'm still going, but like it's fine. I'm glad that you accompanied me for all them days, and
I did my best, girl. I tried. But so tell us about your podcast.
Oh, my podcast. All right.
What's the name of it, first of all?
It's a CKQ podcast, which is essentially my initials, Clement Kwate Kwate, which is African.
Oh, nice.
CKQ Podcast, Clement. And it wasn't originally a podcast. So originally just me kind of recording my life as I go through my life. That's originally how I started my YouTube channel.
It's like an audio diary.
Exactly, yeah.
Nice.
And it was kind of like, I called it My Life Lessons. And it's like, to my younger self, this is what I'd be telling you.
Oh, was it like a vlog, or like were you recording, or just voice?
No, it was
like you actually. So it was like a vlog of your life.
Yeah. You can watch my earlier videos. They're crap. They sucked.
Okay.
Yeah, they were bad.
I wouldn't say that.
When did you start? Like,
I
what
enjoyed
year?
the one where you were juggling.
Oh yeah.
He's a juggler too.
Yeah, I
he
did
does
that.
it all. He's like, I did that.
I started not that long ago. Probably like 3 months ago, maybe even 2 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm still pretty like new to YouTube and the whole sphere. But what I did notice about YouTube was like a lot of the bigger channels, they all work and interact with each other quite often.
Mm-hmm. Networking a lot.
Yeah, and I was thinking to myself, like, as a smaller channels, why don't we just start doing that?
Yeah,
that's smart.
Build a community. So there's a couple other like YouTube content creators that I keep in contact with. They come on my channel as well. But I think it's just always better if we're all going to grow as small content creators, because we all want to grow. Why not just all grow together, help each other out?
Yeah, I agree.
I do.
And that's how I eventually got to CKQ Podcast, which is where I go around, and when I talk to random people that I meet, I bring them on the channel. And on my channel, I eventually want to branch it out to talking about everything. But as of right now, I make it more about like relationships, the differences between men and women, and how
Came to the right place.
You guys had a good one recently. I think I watched it. Yeah. But I enjoy talking about that just because I feel like in this day and age, men and women don't really know each other that well. We don't really know what each other actually want.
Yeah, that's what I was telling Stephany, because there are times when we've discussed like topics, just me and her, and I'm like, we need to talk about this again with a male.
Yeah.
Just because, like, yeah, you know, everybody's used to our shit. Y'all tired of our shit. We, you know what I mean? You're like, y'all know us a little bit. So it's like once you bring a male, it's like a whole different perspective.
And it's like things we didn't even think about. We're like, that's really how men think? That's crazy.
But you know what it is, too? Because this generation of men, we've kind of grown up being, like, super, like, coddled, as well as we're told do everything you can to kind of please women. So you have to kind of suppress whatever you want to always make sure that the woman is happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like happy wife, happy life.
Exactly, exactly. And that's literally where that quote came from. So now it's not just getting the right guy on here, but the right guy that'll actually say what most men are thinking. Because most men, like, you've heard the word simps. I'm assuming.
Sims, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know. What Mikey said it last episode too. He was like, a lot of guys gonna call me a simp.
Oh, yeah. But what is that, like a sucker or something?
That's someone
similar.
It's someone that it's like it's someone that puts all his wants and needs on the back burner just so he can be like in the presence of a woman.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, say anything he can to make her happy, like really over the top. You've probably had those guys in your life, and
I'm thinking of
hey, there you go. And they just want to do anything they can to please you, and you're kind of like, that's disgusting. Like I like, it's too much.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Exactly.
It's not really necessary.
Slow down.
Exactly. But that's why I'm saying, like, most guys aren't like that nowadays. So on my channel, it's hard to sometimes find guys like that to bring on the channel. So what I try to do is and it helps me out too, because I get better at talking and communicating with different people and seeing different points of view. So I try to bring,
I agree with that.
Yeah, so I bring men on there that have like that very, you know, this is how the world is kind of view, and then guys that see it more like, no, you kind of do everything you can to make a woman happy. And I also bring ladies on there so they can actually hear that other point of view as opposed to the one that they always hear, which is the woman's always right.
Oh,
yeah. I don't know if I know a lot of men that think like that.
Like how?
Like, well, the woman is always right. Like, I feel like there's a lot
Sims.
Yeah. I think a lot of men out there. I think a lot of men out there are very like cold-hearted with their or very protective over their heart, and they just
don't show emotion.
Yeah, don't really show emotion or front for their bros, or, you know, bros before hoes is still a thing for them. And
or like they for the streets.
They still for the streets.
Not all of them. Right. Not all of them. But
not all of them. No, not all of them. But I feel like that's mostly what I've seen, at least. Even though Instagram, I've seen it through Instagram, but Instagram is all fake and everything. But
you're gonna see the worst on when it comes to like,
probably that's what they post. But what behind the scenes, they're like Sims, maybe.
Well, I don't know. I have kind of going through my life, I've realized that the more I not really prioritize my goal in life and kind of bringing myself up, I'm going to attract, that's probably the episode that you saw, the juggling one. I'm going to attract that woman that I actually want in my life.
I have some questions regarding, I think it was that episode. I saw a few.
Yeah.
So I guess first question, you said you wanted to stay single in your until your late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah.
But like, do you think that'll change if you meet someone before then?
I think it would change if I meet someone that's
You said you didn't want a finished product. You wanted to have someone that'll like help you get there or something like that.
Yeah, correct. I mean, because I'm not a finished product. I'm by no means
Aren't
at all
we
perfect.
All, like, we're always trying
I don't know what a finished product is.
Finished product is like,
I know what it is, but I haven't. That's because Stephany about to like give you a whole. I got you, bro. Say like.
She was pulling out the Webster dictionary.
I know what it is, but I don't know if there's anyone out there that's actually like that. Like I've never heard of anyone, even like celebrities, that they're a finished product.
But see, celebrities would be considered someone closer to a finished product because they have that status, they have money, they have they've got clout. Like, they've kind of had themselves built and recognized by it. Kanye West can't walk outside without most people.
But because they put in the work, though. Because if they didn't, then meaning they're not a finished product. But if they didn't put in the work, then no one would ever hear from them or anything. So.
And I agree with you.
So
but
it's not
now I would say...
so he's saying he wants someone to be there while he puts in the work.
Because I would say, me personally, I don't know. I'm curious to hear you guys' thought. But me personally, I think most people, women, aren't gonna
excuse me
aren't going to really stick with you through that grind.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
I think there are women out there that have a lot of patience.
Shout out to y'all.
A lot of patience with men, but it's also men that have motivation. Like, if I feel like a woman would stay by a man, like, through his depression, through everything he's going through, it's fine. But as soon as they see them, like, if they don't see any, like, motivation within, like...
If they see them giving up, then they're like, yo, we out.
Not, like, fully giving up. Like, let's say for, like, a good, like, year, 2 years, 3 years. It's like, okay.
Like, I can't want this more than you.
Right. Like, exactly. I can't want this more than you.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this.
But if they see motivation...
Do you think sometimes some women do that with the wrong men?
Define wrong, all right? Because, yo,
this shit ain't home.
Listen,
you could be like, yo, he's so right for me, but, like, there's just a certain things
so these
that
are
I
the
don't
kind of
agree
questions
with.
like I like to ask in my podcast, where it's kind of like, that's why I bring women on as well. And I like to ask, like, sometimes I would say that, you know, there are some women that are like, oh, you know, I held it down for my guy while he was in jail, while he was selling drugs, while he was doing this. And it's kind of like, but
wow,
really? Like, all of that stuff that he was doing? Like, I'm sure there were other guys out there that were probably, like, going through school and doing the right path.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
I understand.
That's what I'm saying. Like, women have a lot of hope in men. You know what I mean?
But
right? It's a little too much.
Even through that, you know, she still stood by him.
And then there are women out there that will stick by the guy.
Yeah, I know.
When they get their shit together.
And I think we need to kind of bring back the idea of, like, listen, there are people that, it's going to sound harsh, all right?
Talk your shit.
Yeah.
Don't even
Exactly.
Hurt some feelings. It don't matter.
It's going to hurt feelings. But I think there are some people that needs to be judged. Like, you need judgment going through life. You can't really...
Judgment or constructive criticism?
See, and people don't like the word judgment, but judgment is kind of needed when it comes to dating. You know, if you're walking on the sketchy side of a street and you see at night, if you're walking on the right side of the street and you see a couple of guys there that are in hoods, they kind of look sketchy, are you going to say, nah, I'm not going to judge them? They're probably up to, I don't know, praying or something. Like, no, you use your judgment, your better judgment. You're kind of like, all right, this is probably not a good situation. Let me just cross the street.
Yeah.
And that's what I think we need to bring back into dating. We need to start making more practical choices when it comes to dating. Like, if I want my future to look like this, then I have to be a little bit more practical with my choices when it comes to dating.
Talking about that, I have a question regarding that.
Ooh,
do you think dating helps you identify the qualities you want or don't want in a person?
That's a really good question.
Why or why not? I try. You just led right into it.
Do you think dating, I think...
helps you identify the qualities that you want.
Correct. And I think if you're properly vetting the people that you're dating, yes. If you're leading with your heart, I think you're not really going to learn much, honestly. I think if you're going like...
You got to lead with your head, mostly, is what you're saying?
Really, yeah. I mean, because you could lead with your heart, but again, if the guy is sitting in jail for like 3 years, you led with your heart, and, you know, that's nice and all. Yeah. It's commendable, but that's 3 years of your life that you're not getting back.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and that's the sobering reality that I like to talk about on the podcast, which is for both men and women. It's like time is not on anyone's side.
Yeah. But I do think some women believe that like, there are times that guys, they choose like how to act with a woman. So there are guys that would like yeah, they're in a hole right now, but they'll level up because of the woman that they're with. Like let's say you're with someone. And you know, you ain't
streets with someone, but if he's a king with
and some women think like, okay, maybe I'm that woman that is gonna like level this guy up. Like maybe I'm the one that's gonna change. A lot of women think like that because there are times when, like, let's say you're like with an ex and you see them like, oh my god, I don't know, like, I'm trying to explain this. But you tried everything with that ex, right? Like, you tried to level him up. You did everything. You stood by them for like 5 years. It didn't work out. Next thing you know, they find someone else. Within like a year,
he got together.
Leveled up. And I feel like women like think like, okay, maybe I'm that girl that's gonna level that guy up. Maybe I'm the one that's gonna help him. Maybe I'm the one that's gonna inspire him to get the fuck out that bed and like do some shit with his life.
Or maybe they just chose to like level themselves up because they were like probably not trying to hear it.
Right.
Going into their next relationship.
Exactly.
Or
so it's
they
like
just
I feel
felt like it was right to level up.
I think that's what women think sometimes. Like it's like, yo, maybe I'm that woman because they've heard stories like that. So they're like, maybe I'm that woman that like is gonna level this guy up. Like
whole time it was just you internally that was like, nah, I really do gotta get much together.
Most guys know wifey material right off the bat.
Okay.
So I'm
define wifey material, right? For
but there's women that don't know. Women that will stick by you.
Most guys, so it doesn't matter about the woman's gonna stick by me.
Okay,
most
that's
guys,
not wifey material.
It doesn't. That doesn't matter. Like really, seriously, honestly.
I guess when you know, you know. But how do you know?
But most guys, you know if some, I want to say, within a short period of time, I'm talking probably like a couple weeks. Mm-hmm. You kind of know if she's kind of like a ride or die.
How come? What are the I guess pointers for you?
For me personally, if she kind of brings value into my life.
Oh, okay.
If she knows that I'm doing a podcast and she's kind of like, oh, I kind of saw this camera and I thought it would probably look better on this.
How is that a thing when there are women out there, literally, like women that would stick by men for like 5 years, pay whatever she gotta pay, like whether it's like food or like whatever you need to level up. I got you. Money on me. Don't worry about it. And how is that not wifey material? Because I think that's wifey material. If a woman is literally ready to pay for everything that you need and hold it down, how is that not wifey material?
Let me ask you this. Do you think most women want to be sustaining that for the entirety of their relationship?
No, of course not. But I'm saying, how does a man not think that that's wifey material?
I mean, that guy will probably think that's wifey material. But I think most guys actually want to be providers. We get a lot of satisfaction out of making sure that the people that we love are taken care of.
Do you think men feel emasculated when like women become their providers and they can't no longer
or when women are too independent?
I don't think it's emasculated, but it also depends on how they come off when they're independent.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, if they're very like, I don't need you kind of independent, then it's like, I mean...
Or hold shit
you're right. You don't need me, and I'm out.
You don't need me, exactly.
Or like they'll do something and like throw it in your face too.
Yeah. So like that's like, you know, most guys are perfectly okay with just sitting at their house by themselves and playing some video games. Yeah, like we are very entertained by very little.
Do you agree, Gabriel?
It's true. I'm comfortable.
That's.
By yourself.
Okay.
You can sit in a room.
Lily, I guess guys don't need much.
Lily, calm down. Nothing. Just your game console.
Lily, don't hit him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, hold the bag.
Legit, like if you look at little boys, like they'll go out in the yard and pick up a stick and just start swinging it in the air for hours. And guys are very entertained by very, very little. But in the end of the day, we also do know what we want right off the bat.
I would agree. Like, if someone adds a value, even like if you're a guy or a girl, if someone adds value to your life, you kind of want to have them around. Or if you're sad or not as happy as you would be, and someone comes around and you're like, wow, I really felt good in someone's presence. Like, I want them around all the time.
Yeah.
That I feel like that it could lead to wifey or hubby material.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's true.
I think we also in this generation we sit in the boyfriend girlfriend stage too long sometimes.
What do you mean? We should stay in like the talking stage more, or the wifey hubby more?
You're saying like engagement after like a year, or
yeah, you know, because
that's
tough. Because like I would say we need to start moving on to the next phase of life a little bit quicker. Meaning we're not dating. We're not right now. We're all dating just to kind of like date and just kind of like hang out and pass time.
I guess Lily wants to say, Lily, you would agree?
I do.
Lily.
I like
She's talking. I know, I agree.
No,
Lily agrees.
I think we're grown.
Yes.
And I think that we know what we want.
Very.
I think that we shouldn't.
But the thing is, when you rush, like I feel like rushing into
you
shit is like.
Into anything.
But that's why I say
but that's
also.
rushing.
That's going back to dating practically.
It's for you.
Period.
And I think that if you know, like, let's say I want to marry your brother, 100%, and he wants to marry me. We could get married
So why,
tomorrow.
like, why are you
Yeah.
guys wasting
Why
time?
not? Exactly.
Why, like,
So
that's
why
it.
not get
Move
into
on to the next phase of life.
No,
Keep it
because
moving.
the thing is, that's why, to me, I think that's why marriage is, like, there's so many divorces nowadays.
So
It's like, okay, when you rush into things, like, the faster you rush into it, the faster it ends. You know what I mean?
No, but
Like, get to know each other. Slow the fuck
But they're
down.
You never know.
No,
Yeah.
I know, but it's like I don't want to find out through a divorce that it's gonna like I don't want to find out that it didn't work out. Through
whoops,
a
I guess it
divorce.
didn't work out.
Right? Like why do you
20,000.
need marriage or why do you need to rush into marriage to know that it's fucking official?
Gabriel agrees.
I,
He wants to marry me right now.
He does. No, he
listen,
does. He
in
does
all
wanna
honesty,
but it's-
marriage is a business, though. Marriage
That's what I'm
is
saying.
a business.
So why
I would-
rush into it?
Not so much of the marriage portion,
Because they
but-
want their own business.
but more like, I mean, tax write-off are beautiful. Right? Why not? But why wouldn't you listen? If you want to have kids, if you want to buy a house together, if you see yourself with this person, why cut out the rest of the world and start building your life together.
But are you guys on the same page?
That's why these are the conversations that need to happen. But I don't think they happen very frequently in most relationships because we're here to pass time. Because we want to take it slow.
No, it's
and we
not
wanna
passing
chill.
time.
There are
It's
some
okay.
people-
I think it's okay to get to know your partner. Like
Yeah,
I
but
feel
like, for example, there are some people that'll be boyfriend and girlfriend for 10 years.
That's
They-
different.
They get
That's
married on the
different.
10th year, and all of a sudden they're getting divorced 2 years later.
Yeah.
But they
You could have
were
figured that out.
they were long time, like they were longer boyfriend
That's 10
and girlfriend
years you don't
than
get back.
husband and wife kind of thing.
that's
So
their business.
it's really it all depends
their
on
business.
it really all depends.
I'm just saying.
Thing that you never get back.
But for me, I don't want to get into a relationship for like 6 months. And I'm like, okay, let's get engaged. And then, okay, let's get married. And then like 3 years later, I'm over here like having an annulment issue or like, I don't know,
Let me ask you this though. Like, do you think in most of your relationships, I mean, this also to everyone in the room, do you think in most of your relationships, did you actually talk about the serious things that you wanted to talk about? Or most of the time it was kind of like dance around it, subtle clues, subtle hints?
Oh, I'll tell you how it is. Like, oh,
Well, for me, I've never spoken about like marriage or anything because this is not ready.
But
Oh,
do you
I
want to
have.
get married?
Of course.
So why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you talk about it?
I've spoke about like me wanting to get married and me wanting kids. I've never be like, oh, I wanted to have it with you. Because listen, let's calm down and let's relax. You know what I mean? But like, I've never been like, oh yeah, you're the one I want to have it with. You're the one. I just like just so you know, if we together
is what I
5 years
have
from now
in my life planned out.
Right, I
and
want marriage and I want kids.
you either here or you're not
But
here.
I'm someone that obviously talks a shit. So like all my partners know what's up. Like
Yeah.
everyone that I've been with. But I'm not the type to be like, okay, we've been together for a year or two.
Like, it's time to make it happen. Like,
Because you're playing games.
Yeah.
And I'm getting older. No, I don't give a shit. I could get married at like 64 like here. Like marriage is not that
I'm
like,
there, girl. I'm there.
Thank you. Like marriage is like a thing for you and me. You know what I mean? It's not something that
This
like
is about to get awkward, all right, guys? All right, this is
I
about to
think
get
marriage
awkward,
is for
all right?
something for the partners. You know what I mean? Like it's for you and me.
I think it's tough just because when people say, oh, you know, I could get married later on, that necessarily for men and women it's very different. We are very different in the fact that how we date, how we pick our partners, what we think is valuable in a relationship, we see that very, very differently, and that's what I like to talk about on my podcast.
I guess the differences make it work, yo.
No. Meaning
That's a
like
similarity.
how we select partners is very different. So as a this is gonna get awkward. I'm sorry.
Talk
I'm
your
sorry,
shit.
guys. All right.
Yo,
as a woman,
don't hold back. Do not
Yeah.
hold back.
Clement.
Do not
As-
hold back.
As a woman gets older,
Mm-hmm.
okay, she's going to have less and less choices in men. One, especially if she's moving up the corporate ladder because now she's going to be making more money. Women always want someone who's making equal or more. For a long-term, sustainable, lifetime relationship, she's not going to be one pulling. She doesn't want to be the one pulling the weight the whole time.
Okay.
Those
Those are great points for a long term.
That's why I said that. That's why I said that because I saw both your faces, and I said that's why I adjusted it.
Because I'm like, put some respect on it. Like, I don't mind being
That's
someone
why-
that's broke.
But for a
but it's
long
more-
term, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
We subscribe, all right.
it's hypergamy. Because women are much better, like, mating selectors than men are. Men were pretty like, oh, she's pretty, let me fuck. Like, that's it. That's as far as we go. But women, they kind of want there's a criteria to have. Yeah, there's levels. That's why they're much smarter daters. But now that we have, like, women can actually sustain their own life now. That's why when it comes up to, like, moving in the corporate world and getting more money and hitting, like, the 6 figures, like, you know, income, it becomes harder for women to date because a lot of women...
I don't think that's true, because you can be a 6-figure making woman and go for the 7-figure making... You know what I'm saying?
But do you know what that 7-figure guy wants?
Somebody that could hold it down, or that's not going to be, what is it? Not that weight, but like someone that he doesn't have to provide for because she could hold it down. That's not true.
A lot of 6-figure guys prefer to take care of the women.
There you go. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I say we have very different mating selection, like, choices.
Yeah, they want like a stay-at-home mom type of shit.
We date very differently. Listen, if they're working 80 hours a week,
which they are.
Like, why are they gonna? Because I mean, to make
feel like
7
men like that though are very. What's the word that we tell? Nom. They're very not insecure, but they're like they get not scared, but it's
intimidated.
Intimidating, yes. Oh. It's intimidating to have a wife like that makes the same amount of you. So they prefer a woman that like stay at home, take care of this, do that. Like we
asked someone if they would prefer to date like someone that made more than them. And they said like they would prefer someone who was like that made less or that made the same because they'd feel intimidated by. It's intimidating.
He said that it's intimidating to date someone like that just because, you know.
Not that they wouldn't date them, but it'd just be like
my point of view. Scared, my point of view is I don't see it as intimidating. I would say that there's a mentality that comes with a lot of women that start making more money than the men.
They're more independent.
They're more independent. And they're going to be, you know, especially if you guys have a fight, it'd be like, get the fuck out of my house. I don't need you here.
Right.
And as a guy, that's the most emasculating thing to hear from your woman. It's like, get the fuck out of my house. Like, oh,
listen, I'm not making 6 figures. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right?
I gotta go, bye. I'm not making 6 figures and I'll be saying that now. So it's like, damn.
But that's like, for guys, like, think about it this way. Like, have you ever changed a guy and then didn't really want him after he changed?
I like to think that yes, I like to think that I have positive impacts in like the people that I date in their life. Like whether it's like, oh wow, I used to date Steph and this someone like that I don't need in my life. That is something that I brought to the table that you could have never found out if I wasn't the way I was. You know what I'm saying? So that's still like a plus for you. But if you're like dating me and you're like, wow, that's something like it didn't work out, but that's something that I like a quality that I could find in someone else. And I would have never known that if like I would have never dated Steph. So I like to think that I better their life. Most people,
what I'm saying is,
I don't know what
after changing them, after they made the changes that you wanted them to make, did they?
Yeah, one time.
There you go. That's what I was looking for.
I mean, there's a reason why we're still single. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't work out. If that's the question.
That's going back to my point. That is, so if a guy will mold a woman and love her a lot more. A woman will mold a man and not really love him after.
Love him a lot less.
Yes. Yeah, because
like after we become who you wanted, we're like, you're not even what I want, so I'm
because
out.
It's because
I don't know.
Women kind of want a guy that knows himself and knows his path. He's gonna take charge of what he wants.
I don't know. I find that so like a guy that knows what he wants and who he. All right, come down over there.
They agree.
A guy that knows what he wants and like or figures it out while I'm with him. I find that like such a sexy thing. Like I'm just like I don't know if I would be turned off by that or I would leave them after like they're figuring their shit out. Like I'm like me too.
But do you think they can? if you're trying to mold them into this person, do you think they can? Become that person that you want?
The only way I would leave them is if I see that the only way that I would leave them is if I see that they're doing it for me. Like if they don't believe
Like, do it
in
for you.
right, like if they don't believe in what they're becoming or who they are, then I'm like, I feel it and I see it.
But
I'm
that's
a
what I'm
lawyer
saying.
because my mom.
No, but if I see that, like, you know, me with my words or like how I'm acting towards him is like actually motivating him, and it's actually like, you know, he's actually doing it for him, and it's inspiring.
And not like, oh, I
I'm here
became
to
a lawyer
stay.
because my wife wanted to be married to a lawyer.
Like I'm just a
And
lawyer because she said that like they make money.
And I'll say this is
And
also
here I
the
am.
different things when it comes to men. Men, if we said to like our girl, like our woman, whatever, hey, like I'd like you to make this change, and she actually did it, we'd be like, God damn, like wow.
That's a fight on my blog.
Yeah, no. That's like, listen, like,
kidding.
that's wifey material. That's wifey material, and that's why like most guys, especially like when the higher income, they're not going to be like money doesn't matter after a certain point.
After 75,000, I heard.
Huh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
but
There's
I-
not really like a slight change. There's a slight change, but it's not much.
Not much.
From,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
5 figures, like 75 and up to 6 figures is like.
It doesn't even matter anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So money at a certain point doesn't matter to a guy. It's kind of like I want someone that's cooperative. I want someone that's friendly. I want someone that's going to be.
But
But the thing
my
is, sometimes they
teammate.
have that person.
and when you tell people
and
what to
then-
do, they don't want to do that shit.
No, sometimes they have that person, and then they meet someone that's very like independent, like a woman that's very independent, is ready to take them out and like, you know, give them the world and do this for them.
Treat
you know
yourself.
that they could
Don't
do
be yourself.
equally, and all of a sudden they start falling in love with that woman, and it's like you have something at home that you asked for, and
think-
God gave you,
I don't know.
and God delivered, right? And we here with the same issue.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I think it's gonna be it's very tough.
Some
for,
men, not all men. Some
yeah,
men.
yeah. I think it's very tough for. I don't know. I would say like those guys really aren't that secure in who they are and who they want to be if they are very comfortable with someone just pampering them and babying them.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
Most guys want to be the one taking control, and I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. Most women
Ready.
would like a guy that can actually take control.
Sometimes, not like all the time. Like if I feel like you my dad, like why am I here at this point? Like
No,
I
no,
got
no,
a real
not-
father at my house. Like
Not okay. Let's make
So-
this example. If we're
yeah.
talking about dating,
Yeah.
would you want a guy that's kind of like, hey, do you want to go here, or
if it's like
or,
first
hey,
date,
wait, what do you want to do?
if it's like first date, yes. If it's like second date, it's on me, boo. I
So
take
with
you.
me,
It's like, yeah, buddy, I'm gonna pick you up, and that's it, and just have your shit together.
Yeah, it's kind of like you.
But
you-
with me, I think like I'm someone that's very independent. Like once you start talking about you want to do some shit for me, I'm like, yo, let's relax on. Nah, I start getting nervous. I'm like, no. But like I like balance. Like I don't like him doing everything. I like it's nice. Like I don't like a guy that's also like once I start offering, he's like, okay, bet, do you do it? Like all the time. It's like
That's a little tough.
like I need you to hold it down sometimes. Just not because I need you to, but just because it feels like it makes me feel like a lady.
it feels
sometimes.
nice, but that's what I mean.
But sometimes,
Not all the time, yeah.
Not. I don't need someone to do it all the time for me.
But I guess
But
that's some
again-
woman. Like some woman would be like, yes, he needs to take control all the time. Like I need to be a
yeah,
stay-at-home
because some
mom.
women
see,
are like,
So,
yo,
yeah,
I
some
need.
women are like
I
that.
think there's a certain attitude that comes with both parties. The guy is doing that not because he's trying to control or
No, of course.
be anything
Yeah.
besides this is what he would like to do.
Yeah, that's completely understandable.
And
But
the
as long
woman
as he's
naturally-
okay with the woman going halfway too, like me, like as long as the guy's okay with me, sometimes
be an
paying for
option.
the dinner, sometimes taking us out, like let me plant them. Like I am okay, and sometimes he does it too. I love that. I love the balance.
I think that that's
This is a
that's
great
more
lead to
understandable.
our put yourself in my shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice,
Our
nice.
put yourself in my shoes. By the way, that's a segment that we always have on the pod. Basically, you send us something that you're going through or your friend is going through, someone that you know, and we give you our advice on the situation. You can choose to take it, to like hear us out. And yeah, it's
Okay.
anonymous.
And it's anonymous, yeah.
Yeah, you send it to us through DM, Talk Your Shit Pod, or
And we have a
our-
good
our
one today.
emails
Yeah.
at
Got a
Talk
good
Your
one
Shit
too.
Podcast
Okay.
at gmail.com. And today's Put Yourself in My Shoes is basically this person, they've been going on a lot of first dates,
Okay.
but they've never made it to the second one.
Guy or girl.
So
Now this is also
girl.
something. This is something that we actually discussed already, me and
Yeah,
her.
but it was
we
like
want to
a-
get the guy's perspective.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is something we already talked about. You guys already heard it, whatever. But we want to hear from you. Like,
so I guess what are some tips you would recommend
for male and females?
Yeah, for a guy or a girl. Like,
okay.
You should maybe try this.
Why would I not go back out with her?
Why would she go back out with you? Like, why aren't you landing that second date?
Why wouldn't she go back out with me?
Like, what are things that you're doing?
It can be both. It can be like, why aren't you asking for a second date, or why isn't she going with you on a second date?
What do people do on the first date that's so wrong that it doesn't land them the second date, and what should they change?
I mean, it also depends if she was interested in him from the jump. Because there's a little bit of a segue, but I do think sometimes women will go out with a guy just to go out with the guy.
I mean, there are dating apps.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, they will go out to go out as opposed to go out because I'm interested in this guy.
Oh, okay.
So you think they should have the conversation first?
So that's probably why they're not landing the second one.
Versus it's very different for guys, because for guys, like, women will go out with a guy just to hang out. Guys, we go out with a purpose. We're kind of trying to sleep with you right off the bat.
Some women, like, for example, like getting to know a guy through a dating app, let's say. Mm-hmm. Some women like me are not great at texting or responding to messages. So it's like I prefer getting to know you in person rather than through text.
That makes sense.
So it's like, what do you do in that situation? Like, how can I? Like, for me, I'm just going out to get to know you.
We know you don't have all the answers, Clement.
I know. Don't feel attacked.
No, I don't. I like these questions because for me personally, when I was on dating apps, I mainly used it when I'd be asking for dates. I try to set them up very quickly because I don't like talking. Like, I set up dates within like 3 to 5 messages. Set up a time to meet already.
There's levels to this.
Set up a time to meet already. It's probably going to be a week in advance. Some halfway through the week, I'm going to set up a date as well as get the phone number. Mm-hmm. Call them because I'd like to actually talk to them and see if I'd be interested.
Catfish.
No. See if I'm even interested in talking to this person. Mm-hmm. Because if it's like pulling teeth, talking to them on the phone, because I usually tell them like, let's have like a 5 or 10 minute conversation because it's kind of new and it's exciting, But
what are some turn-offs?
This guy got all the tricks.
What are some turn-offs for you on the first date that will make you not want to go with this girl on the second date?
If she's, the obvious ones that I think is for both genders. If she is rude to the waiter, or anything like that,
100%. 100%.
If she kind of really
doesn't laugh at your jokes,
she just says, "Oh, that's funny." I don't really know. What would I?
I guess in order for them to go on their second date, they have to be nice to the waiter.
For me, on the first date, it's like if you're not trying to at least make me laugh. Like, I feel like if you don't, or at least you don't laugh at my jokes, I'm sorry. But like if our humor is not there and you're taking everything so seriously.
If we haven't broken the ice yet.
Yeah, and you have to like lecture me through every joke I make. I'm like, sir,
by the way, this is why I started the joke.
Or you have to explain your joke. I'm like, it's not working out.
The jokes are also good, I guess, because jokes, I want to know that they could also be serious as well as not be too serious.
Yeah.
Like the conversation.
Because then if they start joking OD, you're like 3 months in the relationship, you're like, yo, you think everything is a joke to you?
What are you, fucking Dave Chappelle's sister? Calm down, all right?
What if it's someone that's like very serious? Like they want to ask you everything from the jump, like that first date. Like, what do you really want? Do you want marriage? Credit score? Do you want kids? Because I'm ready for kids. Like I want kids. Okay.
Lily laughing like she really want to know his credit score.
What's your credit score?
But like, what if they're serious?
At that point, listen, I'd be okay with it, but I'm also going to drill them down with questions at that point. Because I understand, okay, she's a serious person. She knows exactly what she wants. She's probably looking for marriage. So I'd be like, all right, I'm going to throw my serious questions right back at her.
You don't think males get like scared?
What if the guy's not
like
looking?
That? Like if they see that their women are like really, like they're ready for marriage. They're like,
those women, I would ask, is that really, okay, to those women, do you want to get into a relationship with that person 6 years down the line, find out that he wasn't the right person, or ask those questions now, have him walk out the door so you can.
So they should ask those questions the first date.
Listen,
time is not on our side.
Exactly.
Time is on our side. You're just overthinking it.
No.
Get married when you're 60, 70, 80, 90. Do that.
Time is on no one's side, and predominantly for women, time is not on your side.
When it comes to babies.
Are you talking
Correct.
about
when it comes to babies? No, because I think after
the
30...
biological time clock, there's a little bit of shade said with that. So I feel like
I think I saw a post that after 35, it's very, like, risky for a woman to have a kid.
It's harder, but it's not impossible.
But J-Lo did it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
My mom did
rare
it.
exception, yes.
My mom did it. Shout out to my mom.
No, but after 35, it's risky for a woman to have kids. So when it comes to
Geriatric
kids,
pregnancy,
okay, bet, say less. When it comes
But there's
to
some women
marriage-
who, like, I know, like, a 43-year-old blogger who, like, looks amazing. She's been married for so many years. And she's like, no, early in our relationship, we agreed, like, we were not going to have kids. Like, they didn't adopt. They didn't have their own. None of them do. And, like, it's fine. And she's, like, 43. Obviously, she's not going to have any more kids now.
But they planned that out.
Yeah, but they plan that.
Yeah.
So it's not like every woman wants kids, but there's some that do. So, yeah, time wouldn't be on your side when it comes to that. But if, like, that's not something that's on your radar, you're like, time is all I have, you know?
Yeah.
Lily, we're about to turn off our lights.
So, yeah.
That was a good question though by that person that DM'd or wherever that came from. But
yeah,
I
so we hope so basically, long story short, be nice to the waiter, laugh at their jokes even if they're not funny on the first
women,
one.
like for women, I mean, if it's a guy's
can I add a caveat?
Yeah.
Really quick.
Yeah.
So I would say for women, like when going on a date, go out with someone that you can see yourself sleeping with on the first night. You don't have to.
Oh,
You don't
that's
have
smart.
to.
But the thing is, again, for women that don't text back and want to get to know the guys on the date, it's like, how do you know who you want to sleep with, who you don't? Like,
Well,
on the first date is when you can tell.
I would start doing more phone calls as well. So phone call. Listen,
I don't like phone calls either.
5-minute
so-
phone call, 1 minute. Damn.
dating.
No, because people
listen,
like
if you're-
FaceTime now, and I'm
You're
just-
picking.
oh.
You're picking the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. You got to be uncomfortable for a little bit of time, right?
Wow,
I
that's
gotta be
so
the
smart.
someone-
That's so smart. Wow, a king. All right, keep talking. We taking notes.
I mean, I would say that for women, like, go out with someone. Like, you don't have to sleep with them on the first night, but go out
But
with
you gotta
someone.
be like at least willing to one day. like-
Exactly. Because if you go out with guys that like you don't see yourself actually sleeping with, then you're wasting your time. You're wasting their time.
That's true.
What about for the guys? For them to
For-
go to on their second date.
For guys, honestly, it's for guys, especially nowadays, you gotta get out of your comfort zone. You gotta get really far out of your comfort zone. Meaning you gotta start getting into the gym, get yourself in shape, getting out and talking to a lot more people, both men and women, building
First of all, I
communication.
heard thick men are winning now. Okay, so shout out to my
Yeah.
thick men.
Yeah,
Shout out to them.
okay. Yeah, that's
Okay,
it.
sure.
This podcast is for everybody. The fit ones,
The thick ones.
Listen,
Yeah,
you guys are
winning.
hitting all the demographics. Bravo.
Bravo. He's like, cool, copy.
No, but I do understand. Like when you get your health right, not even like for the physicality, because that just comes with it. When you like
It's a
feel
mentality.
better,
Your
when you
mentality.
eat better,
Correct.
yeah, you think better. You probably choose, make better decisions
You make
based
better
off that. So
decisions.
I do understand where you get.
Yeah,
that from.
it's there's a lot that comes with you as a guy, like especially because guys have to do the approaching.
Mm-hmm.
So for the guy, you have to get yourself out of your very, very far out of your comfort zone.
Not all
right off the
guys.
bat.
There's women that like propose to people now, and
How do
they
you
go
feel about a
get
woman proposing to you?
they go get what they
That's
want.
weird.
Really?
That's
Would
weird.
you say if your girlfriend for like a good 5 years, 7 to 8, 9, 10,
And you ain't popped the question, but she did.
would you
Oh,
be
wow,
like,
I mean-
no?
I guess she really didn't want that relationship to keep going. Then
Oh, really?
that's
Really?
it. That's it. Listen,
Oh, okay.
it's
Not to each their own, yeah.
it's
I
weird.
understand.
Let me say this. I want to be that guy to do that. For me, I'm getting down on one knee and proposing is saying that I'm going to be taking care of you for the rest of my life, in sickness and in health, and I'm promising that to you.
Can
A woman
do that
can't
for
promise you that?
But
woman
like I
can't
said,
promise you that.
no. But like I asked you before, would a woman be okay sustaining that, taking care of you
long-term?
for a long term of the relationship? I'm saying as the guy, I can provide that for you, and I'm willing to take up that challenge.
And you're comfortable
That's
with
what
that.
that's what getting on that knee.
So when a
is.
woman does it,
That's what she's saying.
How does that feel for you?
As when a woman does it, I think it's more of like if she did it as a joke, then I'd be like, yo.
Not as a joke. She did it in front of, she did it.
Hundreds of people. She rented out
on 34th Street on this part. You know what I mean?
I'd be like,
no, you would say no?
You violated. Like too much.
Really?
That's too much.
He'd be like, yo, can we talk about this in the car?
Yeah. Serious.
How is that ride home, gonna be?
Very quiet.
My guy about to get off when it's a red light. Like, oh, gotta go.
Yeah. I'll take the bus. Man. You good?
You know how to make it home, right?
Yeah,
Uber?
right?
Uber on me. Don't worry about it. That is crazy.
Yo, my mans, can you make sure she get home safely?
Yeah, I don't know a guy that would say yes. Like, because I've seen the videos, I've seen the pictures.
Yeah, I've seen those. But those are things. Would you propose to your man?
No.
So that's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't do it, but shout out to the girls that are
women that
courageous
will.
enough that will.
Because we won't do it, though, right?
I think it's more of a political stunt when a woman proposes.
But
I think there are women.
Love life, you know what I'm saying?
No, I think there are women out there that are more ready than men. Like, they're just ready. Like, it could be 6 months, and they're like, "Yo, I am ready for this. Like, I want this." And men are just like, "It's too soon, girl."
women hold the key to sex and children.
I know that's
to life, basically.
Because I know that's right.
So men hold the key to relationships and marriage.
Was right.
Yeah. So. If a guy does not want to marry you, and if you propose as a woman, that's pretty much the end of the relationship.
Oh, right. Because where do you go from there?
That's what I'm saying. Like, oh, that's awkward.
Wait,
well,
what is your question?
Vice versa.
What do you mean?
If you ask and she says no, then you're screwed too.
Yeah, you're screwed. But I mean, you as a guy can go out and propose to someone else again.
But I feel like if a man, listen, I feel like if a man was to ask me, right, and I say no, if I explain myself very well, you know what I mean? Like, I write my essay, conclusion, all of that good shit.
Yeah,
exactly.
Get it.
And I explain to him why I'm not ready for marriage. It has nothing to do with him. Mm-hmm. I don't think the relationship is over. Like, I think, like, if I'm like, yo.
You as a woman propose.
No, if I as a woman said no.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like if I explain myself to him why I said no, I don't think it'd be over. But I feel like if it's vice versa, I don't care what a woman has to say to the guy. I mean, what a guy has to say to a woman, she'd be like, yo, it's over. Like, I got on one knee, and you said no? That's a lot. Like, first of all, I got on one knee.
You know what it is? I'm curious on your thought process. Women are not used to rejection.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why it's going to be over because, like, she's going to be hurt.
You can write 3 essays and be like, nah.
Like, guys, you gotta get rejected so many times. It's kind of like, you know.
It's a regular shit.
It's just another walk in the park. It's a cup of coffee, and that's what it is. That's it.
So real quick, let's get into our trendies.
Okay.
Trending topic, which relates to that.
Ooh, interesting.
Can a woman who has dated women be serious in a marriage with a man? So she's only dated women. Can she be serious with a man in a marriage?
I mean, I don't see why not. Like, if she is actually serious about being in a marriage with a man, yeah, I don't see why not.
So that wouldn't...
No,
the fact that she's been with women wouldn't bother you at all?
They be hype.
Oh, even...
Because I know if it's vice versa, if a man was only with men... I know in a marriage, that would, like, not be the same for women. Like, a woman would be like, wait, you've been with only men before? That's weird to us. So for men,
she's only been with women.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Would it be weird for men, too? Because I know for women, it would be a little weird. Like, we wouldn't, like, judge them. Do you? But it's like...
I mean...
I don't think there's topping that. I'm sorry. Like,
I
don't think I'm better than that.
I don't know if I can level with another man. Yeah. Do we like the same man?
I don't know. Because I was recently watching this video. And, like, these women were explaining that, like, the difference when it comes to, like, being with a woman versus a man.
What's the difference? According to them.
There is literally an emotional, dynamic, like, difference. Like, they were asking the women, like, oh, if you go out with a woman and she doesn't pay on the first date, would you guys still, she getting some cheeks? And the women were like...
I don't see why not.
Yeah, I don't see why not. But
if the vibe is there, give it up, sis.
It's on me. Everything on me.
Opposite. Now they flipped it. If the guy didn't pay for the first date or he decided to go Dutch, would you still sleep with him?
There's a post that I saw. If a woman says that, like, she wants to go on the date, should she pay? If she was the one that started, like, off the date, like, okay,
like, basically, we should hang out. Maybe we should go to this
spot.
She
basically planned everything. Should she pay? Or should the male pay? Because he's like, yo, I was busy today, but I made some time for you.
I don't know. That's like this whole 50-50 like lifetime that we're in. I think it's the worst
I guess
thing
it
that
depends.
ever happened.
So hard.
It depends on your goal.
hard.
It's tough just because, listen, guys want to be the providers, but we're growing up in this society that's telling us everything is 50-50. And most women will say 50-50, but they really want like an 80-20.
No, we want you to show us.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
No.
And I don't think anything's wrong with that.
No.
I don't think anything's wrong with that.
No, I don't think women want 50-50. Women
They'll say
want
that,
men to be like act like, 80-80. Yeah, they want initiative.
Yeah, they want
But
initiative.
they don't want 80-20. They
So-
just want initiative.
So that's why I go back to like guys nowadays are raised to believe the 50-50 mindset works. This is what women want. We're here
Because
to
we
please
say that.
women.
Yeah.
And women say that. Even though they don't want that, they'll still champion, 50-50, we can pay for our own dates, da-da-da.
We
Like,
really can.
Yeah, you can.
we
You
can.
But you want that guy that's going to come in there and actually
No,
do
we
it
want
for you.
initiative. We want a man that's like, don't be okay. Like, be like, yo, if you see me paying 95% of the time, every time for dinner, take the fucking bill and pay once, twice, 3 times.
Dude, make
So
me
you
the
want,
5%.
so
Even
you want a
if
guy
I-
to take a control, coming back full circle.
From time to time.
Yeah,
from time to time.
Yeah.
Because I don't want a guy that takes because I feel like it'll feel like they're taking advantage of me or like I am the male, like not the male, but like the one holding this relationship down. Like I don't want to feel like that. I want 50-50, but I want the gentleman kind of guy, like, okay, babe, like, it's
So
on
you
me.
want a 70-30.
Make me believe you got it, even though, but also make me pay sometimes. Like, I want balance.
But like, balance is at 70-30. Like,
Yeah. And I think
like
most
initiative
guys, if they decide to take up that like mental challenge and decide to say, okay, screw the whole 50-50 mentality, I'm going to start leading the relationship and leave her with the option to do whatever she'd like. If she wants to take up the bill, okay, I'm not opposed to it.
That's the thing we don't like. The thing we don't like is the okay.
What do you mean?
Like,
If I'm taking care of it every single time and you decide to take care of it one time, you don't like that fact that I said, okay, take care of it?
I like that.
I mean, I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious.
Okay, so what I don't like, again, what we want as ladies, we want initiative, okay? So that's perfectly fine.
That's
if
what he said.
I know. If you pay most of the time and you let me hold it down a couple times, I like that. That's 70-30, right?
Okay.
70-30? 70-30?
70-30. It would be like men 70, women 30. Yes.
Okay. Again, the only thing we don't like, because there are men out there, I'm not saying you or you,
listen.
but there are men that even I've dealt with, like, you be like, bills on me, they be like, cool copy, but on the first day. So it's like,
But sometimes, like,
what kind of guys are those?
thank you. On the first day, it's like they don't even fight
sometimes
it. They be
it
like,
depends because women might pay on the first day and be like, yo, I'm never seeing this guy again, so I don't mind just paying this first day, and like we're not going on a second one. Or there are men that are like that they'll be like, all right, I'll just pay, and like that's it. I won't call her, see if she got home. I won't.
That's weird. I don't see that as the norm, just because most guys go into it expecting to pay. Most guys...
Do they?
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
I mean, I guess the ones that are coming in with a 50-50 mentality, sure,
Okay.
because they think women want a 50-50 mentality.
yeah.
But most guys that are trying to lead their own life, they're going to come in expecting to pay.
I think 70-30 is even.
Yeah, that sounds like
In a
50-50,
woman's
right?
world, yes.
That's definitely even. Like,
But even if they pay most of the time, like, let me fight for it. You know what I mean? Like, let me...
So you want to feel like you fought for it.
I want to
and
feel
then he
involved.
still takes care of it. All right.
Even if sometimes I win, I just
hear
want
that,
to feel
I
like, yo, he's so cute. You know what I mean? Like, he
Talking
paid,
shit.
even though I
Talking
fought for
shit.
it.
so let's do some fun facts. So this is from Psychology Fact on Instagram. We love them. It says 2 in 5 women suffer from anooptophobia, which is the fear of never finding love. I don't.
2 and 5, huh?
Yeah, 2 and 5.
I agree.
There's only 3 women here. Thank God, because there's 5 of us. Why do you agree, Lily?
I feel like people give up on love very easily because of the generation now. Like, I think that things are very different now. I think that everybody's values are different. I don't think that everybody.
But do you think like they just give up, or you think that creates fear?
I'm like 30 and I'm never gonna find anybody. Let me get 30 cats.
Oh.
Like that. I don't think that.
I think a lot of people are learning or like getting to know themselves and their value. Like, I don't care about, like, okay, getting 30 cats. None of that. But it's just, like, I feel like people are getting to know who they are. And, like, yo, I bring the fucking table. Like, I'm not going to be with a guy that, like, I'm not going to settle.
Can't
basically.
even bring a leg of the
Nothing.
table.
Like, he can't even fucking build the table for me. Like, I brought it. Can you build it? No.
And
So
you give them the IKEA instructions and still.
yeah. Especially with women.
IKEA instructions, sometimes, I don't know. Let's not talk about IKEA's instructions. Like, that's
If you be like, yo,
All right, but they don't even YouTube it tampoco. Like,
nah, if they be like, yo, I bought it from IKEA, I be like, yo, you could miss me with that one.
like, there's some extra parts still left. I don't know. You bought a couch, I built some
That
shit.
shit's still shaking and shit.
Yo, there do be extra parts left.
Yeah, and the couch be shaking and shit. Like, I thought I got all of them.
So okay. Do you think women are incentivized by society to self-improve as much as guys are?
I don't think.
Can you define incentivize?
Like, you think society kind of like pushes women to be
More.
better?
Be better.
Like,
Okay.
100%. I think they push us to be better.
You think so?
Yes.
I think
it's an equal balance.
I think in the education. No, I think they don't incentivize guys at all, honestly. But I think women, more educational, career-wise, they're very incentivized. But when it comes to self-improvement and improving so that you can actually work interdependently with a man, there's no because it's kind of like because if a woman is rude, it's kind of like, oh, you don't need him. You are strong and independent. Like if you gain a little weight, love your curves. Like you're big and beautiful. If he can't handle you at your worst, then da-da-da-da-da. All that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at some point you got to say, like, because if a guy is broke, the world's going to tell him he's broke. Women aren't even going to look in his direction.
Not all women.
Let's
he might have had a queen holding him down.
Let's be real. All right?
In the long term, no. In the short term, yes. A lot of queens will subscribe.
Yeah. And then they wouldn't end up happy as well.
So it's all relative, basically. That was a great fun fact. Next one. People would rather change the truth than change their views about people.
Yes.
You agree? Why does...
They'd rather change the truth than change their views on people.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's a good fun fact.
Change their views of people.
Like when you said, like we'll come full circle, that she wants men to lead. Like
she wants a 70-30.
Yeah.
But I want to be in denial about it.
Yeah, of course.
That's
I want you to lie about it.
You think she would rather change the truth than change her view about
awkward
people? It's a safe place. She's not gonna be chill. She's too far.
Talking shit. I won't flip the table today.
You built the table, right? You brought
Exactly. I don't know who built it, but I brought it.
Yeah. Most people would much rather change the truth because the truth hurts. No one likes hearing the truth. Men, women, like the truth sucks. I think
I like hearing the truth like first time. I don't like because then I don't know what's a lie, what's a truth. If you're like lying to me and then next thing you know I found out it was a lie, I'm like, I really thought this whole time that was true. And
wait,
now
so they
lied.
wouldn't want to hear the truth, and
most people don't want to hear the truth.
And what
the
they want to
truth
hear
hurts. They rather change their view on people.
Okay, so like how
people rather change the truth than change their views about people.
I guess when
they rather change the truth.
I guess when it comes to dating, probably, right? That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yes, Lily. Waiting so patiently.
I feel like people are very. It's very hard for people to change or what they believe in or what they think is right. So I think that they rather just believe what they want to believe instead of just like being like, oh my God, I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's why I'm agreeing with you.
It's very hard.
Does it hurt more? Do you think?
Because it's just harder to change.
Stubborn. I think that people are set in their ways.
Okay.
I think that they're like, okay, I'm right and you're wrong, and this is what it is. And
even though the truth is so far from what you believe.
Can I ask a question?
What?
To everyone? Do you think you can constructively criticize someone you love without offending them?
Not me, because I have a little difficulty when it comes to that. Like I be offending people and I don't know.
I feel like it depends how you word things.
Yeah.
You have to make sure that you know how they're gonna take it and the tone of voice.
Yeah.
And the words that you choose.
I think it depends on how long you guys been together. Because comfortability, people get comfortable with.
Can I give an example?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Let's say you've been dating someone and they start putting on weight, how can you tell them in a nice way, hey, you're getting fat, get to the gym?
Well, how long have you guys been together?
If you've
been together with someone for a year or two, and you don't feel comfortable saying those words, it's like...
But if you love them and actually want to see better for them.
Yeah, if you want the better for them,
it's
like,
all about wording. I go with her. It's all about wording.
It's all about... But so how would you say that then?
How would you word it?
Say that?
How would you word it?
Yeah.
I want to hear it from you.
How would you say it?
Honestly, I wouldn't... How do I say it? Without sounding like... wrong.
I said she ready.
Think about it.
Steph said tag me in. Steph said tag me in.
I'm a very vibe type of person.
Okay.
I don't go with what you look like. I go with the person. I go with how I feel with you or around you.
Okay.
And I'm a very straight to the point, very straightforward person. So if I feel like, babe, you're getting
So you'd say it jokingly.
Yeah.
Jokingly.
But then if it gets to the point, then I'm gonna be like, babe, let's go to the gym together. I'm gonna do it with you. I'm not gonna make you feel like you gotta do it alone.
That's true. That always helps.
And I'm gonna better you too.
That always helps.
Don't make them feel like they're an issue.
It's not always like that.
Exactly, and that's what I think.
You have to make sure that you're able to communicate with your partner.
Yeah, but it's hard. Sometimes
and you
people
can
are sensitive.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a way to constructively criticize someone you love without offending.
You can say,
let me say, it's okay, but inside it hurts.
It hurts.
No, but it's supposed to hurt.
That's the whole point of constructive criticism.
That's why it's true. Like you would rather hear it from your partner than your friend, or some person that you don't give a shit about. Yeah, like it's supposed to hurt because I feel like that hurt becomes into like motivation type.
Correct.
Can I try?
Because it's a pattern.
Stephany got something to say. Talk your shit. Go ahead, boo.
Not every person is like that.
Yeah.
I would be like, listen, like, you know.
Just that laugh just got me.
No, because I know sometimes I choose my words wrong, but my good intentions are there, but they're not shown because I choose my words wrong. So I'd probably go with the health way, like the health route. I'd just be like, listen, like, you in the long run, you don't want to suffer from like cardiovascular diseases. You don't want to like
someone
be
that's heard it before.
Bound.
I've heard different shit before because this has got a little weight or whatever. But I've heard different shit before, and that just sounds like annoying. Like it's like that's not something I want to hear. Like you tell me about my weight, my health, my this. I don't want to hear that. I don't give a shit.
Just give it to me blunt.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't give a shit. But, like, if somebody straight up tells me what's up, again, a lot of people don't take it like that. A lot of people are more sensitive towards it. And they can they can go into, like, depression rather than, like, a positive, outcome. But it's like, say it. Fuck it.
So let me say this though.
With my family members, I go like the health route because I'm like, yo, I'll help you. Like, we'll do green juices, we'll hit the gym, like we'll do challenges because it's always easier to do it when it's not just you by yourself. Like you don't feel alone, you don't feel depressed. You're like, oh wow, like we're doing this together. You're incentivized. You're always like, yo, so we're meeting up at 8, so we can do this workout. Or so it's easier to do it with more people than just you by yourself. So that's what I do.
Of course, but hearing the health stuff, it just turns out annoying because you kind of know that already.
Like it comes down to
these are things you know.
Like men and women, like we
everybody knows that if you become like obese and shit, it's not healthy. Like you hear it from your doctor, you're like, yo, you're a little over your weight for your height, and you're like, yo, I know.
Yeah, but you hear it from the doctors that be like smoking cigarettes that know that is not good for you. So
but
it's
like people know, you hear it, you see it, you read it. People know that like obviously obese thing, like it's not a healthy thing. So it's like hearing it from family where it just becomes annoying. Like copy. Like what are we gonna do to change it? Like if you're like, yo, let's go, vamos a caminar. Like, let's go take a walk. Let's do this. That's different.
I made this juice.
Let's do some motive shit. Then you telling me the fact that I'm getting weight is like, how it's going to affect me in the future. Like, I know
So I guess actions, if words don't portray what you're trying to say, actions, like
work.
Not just helping, not just having them do it
But that's
alone.
why, like I said, like the original, like, is there a way to constructively criticize someone without actually offending them?
I think actions. Just not tell them.
You don't think that's still offensive though? You don't think they're still gonna take
be like, yo, babe, I'm starting this challenge. Do you want to join?
Yeah,
and if they say no?
If they say no,
babe, I started this juicing. Do you want to
like
do
now
it
I'm good. I
different
kind of
way?
want to sit here and play my Xbox. Like I'm good.
No, you know what
There's
you're
different.
Like, babe, I would really appreciate it if
Yeah.
you came with me. I would love.
Like,
to
I need the help.
Yeah. Like, help
Be
me
like,
out.
act like you need that help. Like, not her. Be like, yo, I need to do this challenge and I need this help.
And it would be easier if you pulled up. Yeah.
And I want you to help me because I need this help.
So now they're
And
doing something that they really don't want to do then.
For you, technically, but it's really benefit for both of you guys without them knowing.
You gotta lie a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't know. Because
White lie.
at that point, I think that most people would start for a little bit, but eventually die off because they'll start making excuses as to why they want to come.
Listen, you gotta stick with it.
21 days. If they love their partner enough.
I think the blunt, honest truth is a pattern disrupt. You kind of need to shake them away from what they're doing. Hey, listen, this is not good.
That hurts some people's mental health and shit. And you don't want to get into people's mental health because, listen, they already tell themselves enough shit and they get it.
I think their mental health is bad because usually people's mental health get bad because they have a problem that they've just kind of ignored and let it slide.
But if their partner is not helping them with that, like if they're saying shit the wrong way or doing things the wrong way, it just gets them more into a hole.
Mm-hmm.
Like people have like their mental health, like they get themselves in a hole. Like everyone gets themselves in a hole.
Mm-hmm.
And like the people around them is what kind of like helps them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if you get like saying things the wrong way will get them deeper in that hole. Even if you think like, yo, I gotta be real with this like I gotta be real with this bitch. Like she playing. Like I gotta be serious. It's really gonna get them deeper in that hole.
I get what you're saying.
Even though you see it a different way.
Yeah. No,
unless you're in their shoes, you're not gonna know how it feels. So I feel like just telling them like, yo, it's for me. Like if they love you enough, they're like, yo, my man need help. Like my boo need help, and he's asking. So
sorry.
Like I said, wording is everything.
Wording is everything.
Yeah.
Wording and actions.
Don't make them feel bad.
I find it funny because
it's
like, yo, babe, you're fat. Lose some weight. Don't do
you don't know what they're going through.
Exactly. You don't know what they're thinking. You don't know how they feel.
Yeah.
Make sure you know that. Make sure that
you think you do, but you don't.
You like are there for them, and you're not gonna
True.
leave them just because they gain some fucking weight.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
And if they love you enough, they'll be there for you. So if you be like, yo, it's about me. Oh, I love my man.
And if you here for the glow up, oh, it's gonna change your life.
Like I say, you don't love me at my worst, and you don't deserve me at my best.
So let's play a quick game.
Sorry.
Because the thing is, our time.
Oh, we're out of time?
Yeah.
So let's play a quick game of Would You Rather.
Would you rather? All right.
You got it?
Oh. I'm here ready
I didn't
for
realize.
this.
Time flew.
She's like, let's play.
Okay. Would you rather? Oh, yes. Sorry.
No
You
pressure.
over there? Right. Take your time, sis. Take your time.
Would you rather be a fitness instructor or be someone that worked in education? Like, you don't have to be a physical ed teacher. You could just be like a regular teacher, or be a fitness trainer, like at a gym, or
Fitness trainer, of course. Why not? Fitness trainer, absolutely. I mean, I get to stay healthy the whole time.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoy staying healthy just because I can drink and do whatever I want.
Oh.
Because I don't feel bad about it. That's purely why.
Same.
That's why I work out.
I would have to be a teacher, a regular teacher. I feel like the fitness stuff, I'll do them all the time. You know what I mean? Like, yo,
like, don't worry about it.
Working out, if I could work out at a gym where there's nobody there, that'd be
like a home gym.
thing. Yeah, that'd be an amazing thing. Like if my building had a gym, that'd be great. Like if I could just remove everyone out of blink, you know, that'd be a great thing. But
I would probably go with teacher as well. Like only because like I do that on my own, the like physical education, but I don't think I would do it like, you know, I'm there every day training people and like this is my lifestyle kind of, like I feel like I'd be tired. Yeah. But I enjoy it like once a day, every day, or 4 times a week kind of thing. Like I enjoy that more than like this is my life every day. And I feel like I would have a bigger impact if I was a teacher. Like I would be like helping better people's lives, whether it's like through education or, you know, helping kids grow up. So yeah. I do that.
Talk your shit.
Yeah.
we're done.
That's it. Yo, we're gonna have a part 2 because you are a great guest.
First of all, shout out to Fabian for, I guess.
Oh yeah. Like, shout out to you, Fabian.
Connecting us, and Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah,
for dropping
of course.
by.
Thank you guys for having me. This was very fun. It really was.
Now we gotta have a part 2 because you were an amazing guest. So thank you for being here.
Yeah.
And remember to follow us at Talking Shit Pod on Instagram, on Twitter, our personal accounts at Stephany MX3.
Bargasal.
What is your
CKQ Podcast.
On YouTube?
Tune in because he be talking his shit. Okay.
Yep. You want to give your personal? That's fine. Right.
I use social media very little, so I only have like my YouTube and Instagram.
So CKQ Podcast-Clement. That's him.
That's it.
And thank you so much to our amazing producer who pulled up today. Follow him at Elephant Network, at Producer Ghana, at Learn Filmmaking. All of that, all of the above.
Thank you, Lily, for talking your shit with us, even behind the scenes.
For all of your input. Thank you so much. We love it. Remember that we talk our shit now.
So you can talk your shit later. Bye. Bye.